right. Thank you, band. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Look at all these beautiful faces and outside. How you doing at home? So glad to have you with us. We have Astra Fox in the house. And we're going to get things started. Rise in body or spirit. Join us in singing.
Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to release about what lies before me. Everything I need to release about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to accept about what lies before me. Everything I need to accept about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to know, let's keep going, about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me through the mind of God within me. Through the mind of God within me. Through the mind of God within me.
Goodness.
Good morning and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Don Shaw.
And my name is Danae Legan. Welcome to our service. And today is Birthday Sunday. And if your birthday falls in June, like mine, please stand so we can recognize you and sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy Thank you.
Now this is the tricky part because the next two things are both me. We're supposed to trade back and forth, but I don't know who puts this together.
Well, you wrote it, so go for it.
Well, we want to greet and bless everyone who is watching online because your presence adds to our community, and we're grateful that you are with us. Thank you for joining us. Yes. We also want to welcome our special guest musician, Astra Fox. Please stand up, Astra. And her lovely husband, Casper. No, that's her son, Casper. And her lovely husband, JC. Welcome. We have Dusty on bass. We have Lariah on drums. We have Tyler on keyboard. Let's not forget Tyler on keyboard. And Lisa, the incomparable Lisa, is our song leader today. Thank you for sharing your music with us.
Reverend Kristen will deliver today's message titled Many Colors of the One. Sounds wonderful. The first of a two-part series.
It's a cliffhanger.
Okay.
Because if you came today, you'll have to come next week to hear the end of it.
That's it.
Before we begin, I know your phones are already silent. Just double check. Silence your phones. Okay.
Let's take a moment now to be grateful for the land our center rests upon. Just saw the kids out playing on it. It's beautiful. This is Bay Miwok and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bay Miwok and Ohlone people of today, and we're grateful for those who were stewards of this land before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds.
Go Holly! Woohoo!
And Mother Earth.
Oh. It's all about work, I'm sure. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, and let's say this together, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
Our mission is who we have come here to be. Let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are
love, connection, service, and wisdom. If you're here with us for the first time, welcome. And if you feel comfortable in doing so, raise your hand and we can give you a welcome packet.
It's so easy.
Just like this. In addition to information about Unity, this welcome packet includes a $10 coupon, which you can use for a class or any event here at Unity. And we wish to invite you to our Welcome Center, if you've chosen not to raise your hand, to our Welcome Center bookstore cafe across the patio after the service, and receive a welcome gift. And we hope you'll stay and visit after service.
Yes, we do. We want you to know that connection cards are available in the newcomer welcome packets and in the seat pockets in front of you. These are for everyone, and with this card, you can submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
And I apologize, I didn't see that hand raise over there. Welcome. We're glad you're here. You may also share feedback or request information, and please place your card in the basket with the offering. And for those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of our website. We have several activities to highlight this week.
Help us create a warm and welcoming community by wearing a name tag.
Name tag.
And I look out there and I see a lot of name tags, but I see a lot of not name tags too. You can order, Bob, you of all people. You can order a personalized Unity name tag for just $10 after the service on the patio. Membership is not required.
And you can pick it up if you have ordered it on the patio.
Thank you.
Let's manage to get to know each other better and easier. Today, Unity's Board of Trustees invites you to our quarterly community gathering at 1 o'clock in the community room. There will be a circle format to share your questions and input and receive updates on our latest projects. Hear about the refinance of our loan and some new carpet samples for the sanctuary, which will be wonderful. Join us to get connected and engaged, and bring a snack or lunch to eat before or during the meeting, along with your questions, feedback, and ideas.
I'm so excited to be announcing this next one. Is your heart ready for something new? Come step into the magic of Be Love, a monthly gathering of sound healing, breath work, guided meditation, and other sacred services. The first event is this Friday, June 6th, 6:30 p.m. to about 8:30 p.m. Awaken your heart, remember your light, and gather in sacred community.
Do you long to free your body of tension or stuck energy while having fun with others? I heard there was a lot of dancing last night, so you're on your way there. This is the upcoming Soul Motion workshop is for you. Longtime movement teacher and somatic practitioner Zuza Engler will lead us in an afternoon of listening to our sacred body temples in soul-nourishing dance. Let's meet Zuza now. She's gonna
right
be
up on the monitor.
She's hopefully going to be a video. There she is.
And I want to invite you to this short introduction of what can happen when we gather together to move from up here down into the body. Feel what's happening inside and allow the body to express whatever wants to be felt, seen, moved with. You don't have to be a dancer. Actually, professional trained dancers have trouble with this work because it's very open. This core is very open. You're invited to listen deeply and express however you do. Maybe just by breathing a little more, or maybe by dancing furiously. Either way is fine. It's a very forgiving, generous form, but actually formless. And I've been invited to offer a short introduction to this workshop. So I hope you join us because it's really best done together. So I hope to see you very soon and we'll move together and see what happens.
Soul Motion is Saturday, June 14th from 4 to 6:30 here in Unity's community room, and save by registering in advance in the bookstore or on our website.
For more information and registration for all of our events, please see our website or visit our welcome table on the patio.
Take a deep breath. As we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath and affirming our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. We begin with music, followed by a guided meditation and silence. Thank you.
And I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. You are a part of it. And I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath. Revolving tide, creating life. You are the one. I am the one. Evolving mind, healing life. You are the one. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, take a breath. Revolving time. Evolving mind, Let us breathe into the magic. The magic within and the magic all around. Consider for a moment the magic with which you are woven together. All the little intricate parts of your body alone. All the tendons and the ligaments and the muscles and the bones that work together to move a hand or a foot. The lifeblood that pumps through your veins. Magnificently made you are. A bundle of diversity. Diverse colors and shapes even within you, functions, thoughts and feelings. The mere fact that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And that's not to mention the world around. Ecosystems and the circles of life that are filled with beautiful diversity. The natural world. Magic it is. Miraculous. Magnificent you and the world around you lives and breathes and has your being in the magic of spirit. Could not be the one that you are without the many parts. So for a moment, let's behold magic of our diversity within and all around in the silence. So we give thanks to the divine, the creator of magic and beauty, many forms and expressions upon the earth. Today I celebrate beautiful diversity within me and all around, and the magic that brings. And so it is. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. You are a part of it, and I am a part of it. Magic happens everywhere. Take a breath, you'll find it there. Star seeds rise, your heart drum is calling you home to stand and be the light shining through the shadows of darkness to heal the wounds of life. We shine, we are one truth, love divine. We are wisdom realized. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. We are one breath burning bright. We are sacred soul inside. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. As one. Transcendent truth, your heart's constellation, a symphony of light. Ignite, ascending through the veils of illusion. Behold these wings and fly on high. We are one truth, love divine. We are wisdom realized. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. We are one breath burning bright. We are sacred soul inside. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. We are one truth, love divine. We are wisdom realized. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. We are one breath burning bright. We are sacred soul inside. Star seeds rise, we stand as one. Star seeds rise, your heart drum is calling.
Thank you, Starseed Astra. Hi, everyone. Happy Pride Month. I want to bless anyone in the community here that identifies in the LGBTQIA+. If you'd like to be blessed, please stand and let us bless you. And me, as a matter of fact. So we have a blessing on the screen. That's our Unity blessing. And let's bless everybody together. Friends, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. As the kids do. Have you ever thought you were different from anyone else? Yeah, it's a really common belief, you know. Joseph was different than everyone else, or so it seemed. He was the youngest of 12 boys and one girl. Dinah was the sister who is often not even mentioned when the family is mentioned, so you can imagine how she might have felt not very included in the family. But this isn't Dinah's story, it's Joseph's story. And this is a biblical Old Testament story, so some of you may know it. Joseph was the favorite son of Jacob, of all those 12 boys. And he, at the time, was the first child of Rachel, who was Jacob's favorite wife. He had just a mere 11 or 12 children with Leah. And then this one, you know, his real beloved was Rachel. So that was part of the favoritism toward Joseph. But also Joseph had some divinely ordained gifts that he used just really freely. And I think Jacob also appreciated that. So to demonstrate his love, his great love for his son, Jacob gave him a special garment. Sometimes it's referred to as a dress, sometimes it's referred to as a robe. It was very ornate, it was very colorful. It was called a kitanat pasim. And there's only one other reference to that in the biblical stories, and that was when Tamar was gifted one from her father, and her father was a king, so that makes her a princess. So the princess, or some say priestess, because she might have had some priestess type duties, was gifted the very same thing that Joseph was given. So it, at the very least, is a unisex garment. And there are many depictions of it. In this one, Joseph is depicted in the striped, many-colored robe, and he's explaining to his brothers a dream that he had. The dream was that there were 12 stars. One was a super bright, big star, and the other 11 were bowing down to that one star. So you can imagine that was a pretty easy interpretation who might be the brightest of those stars, and how that might have made the brothers feel. They were angry. They were jealous. They were so angry and so jealous, in fact, that they plotted to kill their little brother. And they had a whole plan that they worked out amongst them and decided that what they would do is they would kill Joseph, and then they would kill a goat, and then they would spread the goat's blood all over the special dress Joseph had been given, bring it back to Dad, and say, a wild animal must have gotten your favorite son. And Reuben, the oldest one, though, was the interrupter of hate. Reuben was the guy that in a crazy mob of people that you know how we get as human beings sometimes when we're not on our best behavior, that first of all, we know how the pattern goes, right, throughout history. First of all, we start otherizing people, and then the otherizing becomes demonizing, and then that makes it okay to be violent toward them because they're not seen as equally as human or as worthy as the rest. And so that's kind of how the process goes. And so Reuben is the one who says, wait a second, I don't want, he doesn't say it out loud, I don't want to kill my brother, because, he's got to kind of go along with the crowd to some degree. He goes, why don't we instead throw our little brother down into a dry well where he can't get out? A very kind gesture. from the interrupter of hate, right? Well, it's progress in a sort of way. And so, but actually what Reuben had in mind was that he was going to go back later when his brothers weren't around and rescue his little brother. So he did have a plan that was, in the end, a kinder plan. I'm not sure where Reuben went, but the rest of the guys were hanging out in town, probably having a meal or something, and a band of Egyptians came through. And Judah, one of the brothers, had this great idea, according to him, that they should sell Joseph instead into slavery in Egypt. And so it said, they make a point in the scriptures that Joseph was really beautiful. He was well built and handsome. So maybe getting a better price, who knows? But they sell him off to Potiphar, who is a guy of high status in Egypt, and off he whisks to a strange and foreign land. Now we're going to pause his story there for a moment and just consider for ourselves what it's like when we perceive ourselves as different from everyone else, and how that can lead us to conclude that we don't belong. Anybody ever follow that pattern of thought? You don't belong, whatever that is, in your family, in your school, in your workplace, in the human family, on Earth. It can get really expanded out for starseeds, right? And so it's that understanding that we've put together in our minds, but we'll unpack this a little bit more. It does create some issues for us. So if you've ever felt that way, that you go from feeling different to concluding that you don't belong, there is a recognition, too, when we go to the divine understanding, when we go to the bigger picture understanding from a spiritual point of view, that actually you are intentionally made different. Why else would the Creator have made such a diversity of form, even within the human family, of color, of expression, of creativity, of desires and likes and loves? Why else would we be this rainbow of different form and all of this, if it weren't intended to be so? So it says in the scriptures that God not just knows every hair on your head. Now, keep in mind there's about 8 billion of us. But numbers them all. I mean, that is a pretty clear indication that you are so known and so loved, even that every hair on your head is known. I mean, think about a mother or a father who really loves their baby or their child. They know those intricacies. Or how you might feel with your own lover. You know those intricacies of that person. You know where the birthmarks are and the little indentations or the funny dimples or whatever it is. It's like that. And so we think about that kind of intimate love in which we are loved in all our beautiful, unique expression of who each one of us is so individually. The Psalm 139 really brings some of this home too. And the psalmist, of course, is speaking out to the one in this way where there's this beautiful recognition of this. He says, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." I love that part. It's like I look around the world and I see how wonderfully made things are, how beautiful things are, how incredible nature is, how just the beauty of the world. And I know full well how wonderfully made things are. So I'm saying thank you because I know I too am a part of that. That I too am wonderfully made, carefully made, so intimately loved that you know every hair on my head. And if you're bald, don't worry, there's some other knowing. There's some other detail. Every freckle on your skin, there's something we can come up with there. Don't get too literal on us. We're not very literal here at Unity. The psalmist goes on to say, my frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them even came to be. So there's this knowing in this that I am a unique soul and I am loved with this everlasting love exactly as I am. Your own sense of purpose and creative expression appreciated at the depths from the beginning of your creation. And so to really know that God, whatever you express that as, God, Goddess, allness, oneness, great spirit, don't get hung up on the words. It's that energy, that allness of the divine that loves you exactly as you are. And that love that created you knows what a precious creation you are. You know what it's like when you create something that is really you're like, yeah, that's good. Just feels right, whatever it is that you create, there are occasions when you create something and it just feels really good. It feels like a true expression of your own soul, and it feels like it's maybe received by others in a way that inspires or encourages, or something valuable happens in that process. It's that kind of perspective, right? That love itself creates you and then says, whoa, like in Genesis, this is good. This creation was really good. We belong to the divine. So we do belong. We belong to the human family. So this whole idea of this sense of belonging has to be about cramming ourselves in a little box to fit into somebody else's idea is not very helpful. It's tough to breathe in those kinds of spaces. Have you been in those spaces where you're squished into trying to conform into something that just isn't you? And so today we encourage ourselves to open up the door, to know that true feeling, which is a true feeling of being different, does not necessarily connect in reality to the insidious lie that you don't belong. Those two realities that we so often connect are actually a truth and a lie. And the insidious lie that we don't belong can lead to all kinds of things: loneliness, isolation, depression, illness. And according to my therapist's wife, there's an epidemic of these things in the world, particularly loneliness. And how sad when there's 8 billion plus of us and all other kinds of forms of creation to relate to and to connect with. It's a sad commentary on how we have somehow bridged this idea that I'm different and made it a problem by saying I don't belong. So in actuality, true belonging is about owning our authenticity. Brene Brown's a social researcher, and she says true belonging is the spiritual practice of believing in and belonging to yourself so deeply that you can share your most authentic self with the world. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are. And this makes so much sense, doesn't it? Because how could I know you or you me if I hide major aspects of who I am? If I repress my own creative expression or divinely ordained gifts, and I just sit on them, or I don't allow them to be put out into the world, or myself, therefore, shared in the world, because somebody told me it wasn't okay, or I believed it wasn't okay, ultimately is the end of that story, right? And then, therefore, we start to try to cram ourselves into little spaces, mold ourselves into shapes and sizes we don't fit in. So Joseph demonstrated how we prosper when we continue to be who we are. He was unapologetically authentic, even when he was faced with adversity. He was abused and nearly killed and sold into slavery by his own brothers, as we mentioned earlier. Then he's shipped off and he's enslaved in a strange land. Soon he's wrongly accused of a crime and he's imprisoned. And through all of it, Joseph never falters in his faith and his self-confidence. When he was enslaved in Egypt, initially, Joseph was given greater freedoms because those that were in power recognized his honesty. When he was imprisoned, his jailers made him the head guard over the other prisoners because they saw his integrity. When he was imprisoned, he also kept his gift up, and he interpreted the dreams of others who were in prison with him. And it just so happened that some of those folks worked for the Pharaoh, including the butler for the Pharaoh, who a couple years later, when the Pharaoh had some dreams that nobody in the land could seem to interpret, the butler suddenly remembered the guy that was in the dungeon who could do that. And so Joseph was brought to the Pharaoh, and because he was able to interpret the Pharaoh's dreams, he was eventually elevated to a position of so much power that he was second only to the Pharaoh. But all of that happened because he was himself. What if you, like Joseph, were unapologetically authentic? Would that shift anything for you? I see a lot of heads nodding. What if you were joyfully proud to be you in your own unique self, in your own creative ways of expressing? What if you let out of the closet those ways of being and thinking and expressing that you have kept hidden so long? Maybe you've even hidden them from yourself. It's time to bring them out. It's time to celebrate all of who you are. If you owned your divinely ordained gifts and used them wherever you could to whoever might need them, what might that look like for you? How fulfilling could that be? So this is what we can do. Some of the things we can do, we can inquire into for ourselves and make changes and open up doors for ourselves in the sense of accepting our own authentic expression. What about on the other side of that? What about how we view others? How we might embrace others' authentic expressions and gifts? What about how we view others who seem different from the majority of the human family? Do we judge them as not belonging, not allowed to fully play in the human family, just to be kind of pushed off to the side, perhaps, at best, or eliminated at worst? It does seem to be what we do. So let's support the pride and joy of what this month is all about by easing the pain that collectively we inflict on people who are just wanting to be themselves. In the queer community, transgender and non-binary people are the most targeted, judged, and currently the most vulnerable people of all those letters I said earlier, plus. And they're the ones who have this sort of put upon them idea that, oh no, you don't get to express anything more fluid than the two poles of gender. In fact, we're going to publicly declare that there's only two. So good luck. And if you love somebody of the same gender, good luck with that too. Because, don't you know, it's divinely ordained that there's only men and women, and they're the only ones that can relate to one another in a loving way. That is a box that does not come from God. It comes from scared humans who say, I need a box to tell me that there's only 2 categories so I can have control over this situation and I can feel justified in my own identity. Because dare I open a little window of my mind and see the possibility that somebody out there might feel differently than I do? Why would we want to participate in something that we know leads to violence, abuse, elimination, repression, injustice? Not here. Not here. Our namesake is unity, after all. Our purpose statement is that we are a loving and inclusive community. And so how do we grow ourselves into that? How do we move ourselves beyond our prejudices of whatever kind of prejudices we hold to break out of the boxes and help each other be freed from those boxes to say, God loves you exactly as you are. And I want to support the authentic expression of your own soul because I celebrate the diversity of how we are all created and can work together in ways that are very unique and powerful when we have various lived experiences, various backgrounds, various skills, various ordained gifts. So it's all of that that is available. So the ignorance, the silence, and the judgments contribute to fanning the flames of hatred and violence, ultimately. Walk a mile in someone else's moccasins. That's it's said to be inspired by Cherokee wisdom. In 1895, there was a poem written by Mary T. Lathrop, and she tells us how to do it in this excerpt. She says, just walk a mile in his moccasins before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. If just for 1 hour you could find a way to see through his eyes instead of your own, muse. I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind and narrow-minded and even unkind. 1895, she wrote that. And I don't know how long before that, this idea of walking in someone else's moccasins arose through indigenous wisdom and often, like I said, attributed to the Cherokee. But that idea is, while we can't completely embody somebody else or completely know what it's like for them, at least we could reflect for a moment what it might be like. At least we could go back to the beginning of where we spoke of in this message and say, have you ever felt different? Have you ever felt repressed? Have you ever felt smushed into something that doesn't feel true for you? You know how that feels to walk around in the world like that? Not very good. So could we be the people who open at least a tiny door in our minds to begin to let the light in and out, to begin to open up the way, and then maybe even a bigger window or door of our hearts, and then maybe even in our actions, become the kind of place that we claim ourselves to be, loving and inclusive, or the kind of person. Because really, isn't that the key, that when we begin to own our own authenticity and allow ourselves a little spaciousness to roam, we begin to realize, I need some support. And we find ourselves then in community, where the community actually supports the idea and celebrates you exactly as you are. Anybody like those kind of communities? Oh, good. You found one here, actually. And I want you to know that if you're part of the queer community, you are welcome here. And by that, I don't mean like kind of, sort of welcome, conditionally welcome, like things like, these painful disclaimers that we've added, like don't ask, don't tell, or love the sinner, not the sin. Or we tolerate you. Seriously? I do not want to be tolerated. Do you want to be tolerated? So we can do better than that here. We celebrate you. We welcome you. We celebrate you. We're glad you're here. You help us expand our consciousness. You help us open the door of our consciousness. You help us expand into our authenticity, into our inclusivity, into the truth of who we are. Without you, we don't see how repressive it is to repress ourselves and to make ourselves so small and to allow ourselves just to what we think is belonging to fit in. That is not belonging. Belonging is saying, we celebrate you exactly as you are. In fact, your gifts are needed here. Yeah. I mean, think of all the ways we grow, our understanding. I've just been planning, we're going to have an interfaith pride event here. We're going to host that Interfaith Council of Contra Costa County's Pride event. And I've been working with some others on it. And I'm part of this community, but also the queer community. And it opened my eyes to be working with other people and the way that they saw pride and I thought, oh, this is expanding my understanding too. And so it's being in those spaces with each other and having these dialogues and these conversations and truly welcoming people that our own understanding, our own compassion, our own sense of celebration for the diversity of life and for all people helps us create the kind of world we say that we want. Every Sunday, a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness. You cannot say all life except. Then you're not living the vision. You're not participating in the vision we hold here. So wherever the exceptions are is where we need to do the work. In ourselves, in our minds, in our hearts, and on behalf of the rest of the human family. This is how we stop violence. This is how we stop the divisive, otherizing, demonizing trains that enslave us, ultimately, in various ways. Confine us, is what I mean by that. So, where do we go from here? Charles Fillmore, he came up with the term unity for our movement out of a dream because he had the same divinely ordered gift that Joseph had. That's how he got guidance, was through his dreams. And he interpreted them, and he lived them, and that's why we even have unity, and why we call it unity. And it's like a beacon to hold out there to say, I'm a part of something called unity, and I'm constantly working to become an embodiment of the idea of what is unity. It's not just like these surfacey platitudes that sound good, like we're a loving and inclusive community. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I'd like to be a part of that. No, our work is to do it, to be it, to grow in it, to expand yourself in it, right? Yes, we are here to become it. And every day is an opportunity to learn something new and to open ourselves up further for the expression of who we are and who all the beautiful parts of creation are all around us. So there's more to Joseph's story, by the way, because some of you know it and are going, why didn't you finish the story? We're going to do that next week. But there's also more to your story, right? And there's more to my story. We are ever unfolding. So next week we continue the many colors of the one, part 2. But for now, let's remember what this month is really about. This Pride Month is about pride and joy. It's about celebrating our authenticity, and it's about celebrating the diversity all around us. It's about celebrating inclusivity and embodying that in being a unified presence, being all about unity. So let's shout it from the hilltops. I'm proud to be who I am, and I'm unapologetically inclusive. I invite you to say it with me. I am proud to be me and unapologetically inclusive of all, and so it is.
Thank you, Tyler. And thank you, Kristen. I am proud to be part of a community that affirms. I am proud to be me and unapologetically inclusive of all. Proud of that. Our prayer chaplains are available to pray with you after the service and provide personal prayer support. If you are a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand and wave your hands around like this. And stand on. They don't have to do that because they wear the purple stoles, so that's how you can pick them out.
And whether you have a joy or a concern in your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful, powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
Oh boy. Okay, we're looking forward to something here.
Casper's ready, I tell you.
For your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community shown on the screen in front of you. And for those of you watching online, there's a donate button on the Watch Live page. And we encourage everyone to set up regular and automatic giving to Unity using your bank's free bill pay service.
I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and repeat our affirmation together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
Thank you.
I hope you'll join us in singing, I choose love, I choose love, I choose love, I choose love. Sing it with me. I choose love, I choose love, I choose love. Oh. Na 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 na. I choose joy, I choose joy, I choose joy, I
Well, the apple clearly does not fall far from the tree. Already comfortable on stage. Thank you, Casper and Astra and Lisa. And the band. All of you. Diverse expressions, right? And to both of you for carrying these beautiful gifts. Even as I look into these baskets, I see bills, I see electronic giving, I see checks. There's diversity everywhere. And we celebrate its abundance here in the form of these gifts that carry with them the energy that says yes to these teachings, this place, these people, and yourself. And thank you, God, for the ability to give to that which we love so that we can express and expand more of it in the world. So let's bless it together and do just that. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
Bring in the kids. We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. Let's do it one more time. We are a circle of love. We are a circle of light. Come join the circle of love. Come join the circle of light. The light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are one.
Thank you. Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hi. I didn't ask the kids ahead of time who wanted to share, but before, Lily, you want to? Okay, cool. Before Lily shares about what we did today, I just want to, what do I want to say? Summer camp. Summer camp is coming. It's going to be the last week of July 28th through August 1st. It is the most magical week of the year for me. And I think the kids have fun too. And we have lots of kids signed up already, but we're looking for volunteers. So if you are interested in working with the kids that week, if you have a special offering or a talent or a treat, or you want to come spend time, please come and see me later on. Catch me outside, and we'll find a way for you to be part of that week. We would appreciate it. If you're not able to help with your time and your energy, we're also looking for folks who want to sponsor a kid with a scholarship and send a kid to camp. So if you want to send a kid to camp, come and see me. We would love your help. Lily, do you want to share what we did today? Okay.
We made spiral chains, and it was fun.
Yeah, they were prayers, huh? We practiced our prayer big time today. And we decided, how many ways are there to pray, Shoshana? 3,000? 300 million? Something like that. It was a really big number of all the different ways we can pray. Infinity, pretty much. How about our Uniteens? Who's going to share?
I swear to you, you probably, had you just opened the door, you would have not heard them stop talking out there. Then they get in here and they're just like, not me, not me. So, what is one thing we learned today, Adele?
One thing we learned is how it feels to be excluded.
Okay.
What was it?
What else did we learn today, Katie?
We learned about, we had, a slip that said, focus, so we just read that, and I guess we learned how to focus.
And Madeline, what did we learn today?
Understanding.
They got to go through situations that came up where they were excluded, and they broke off into smaller groups and talked about different ways to view the situation from different angles and aspects. So it was pretty cool.
Well, something very special also happened today in youth ministry. Michelle was observed in one of the final steps to her getting her spiritual educator's certification from Unity Worldwide Ministries. And how did it go?
Amazing.
And it went amazing, of course.
It went better.
So we're pretty sure she's in.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Let's bless our children and our teachers and our youth together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
All right, so we're going to close out our closing song. Please rise in body or spirit. Look at the person next to you. If you like to hold hands, make sure they like to hold hands, or they might be taking this in this way. All right. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present. It's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Love's always present is what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
And you are the love and the unique soul expression that only you can be on the earth. So let that light shine. Have fun and spread joy.